Good morning, guys. Tony Maritato here, licensed physical therapist, and I want to answer a question that shows up on Google related to pickleball. So somebody was asking, why am I so sore after playing pickleball? Muscle soreness is a complicated factor. There's lots of nuances, lots of things that contribute to muscle soreness, from the kind of activities that you're doing, whether they're new activities or activities you've done for a long time, the intensity of the pickleball game or practice that you're participating in, if there was a strength component, a power component. So talking about muscle soreness specifically, I'm going to use the term delayed onset muscle soreness, also known as DOMS. So what happens is, let's say I go to the gym and I want to lift weights, and I've never lifted weights before, and I'm in the gym for the first time, and I lift a weight that's about as heavy as I feel like I can lift. I lift it as many repetitions as I can lift. I cannot lift it another time. Okay, so that's what we call taking an exercise to muscle fatigue or muscle failure. What happens is I've actually caused micro trauma, micro damage, tears to the muscle fibers. Those tears will go through a normal inflammatory process to repair the tissue, heal. But under normal exercise conditions, that healing process is what actually makes the muscle stronger. During the recovery phase, usually 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours if it's really intense, my muscles are sore. They're painful, they're swollen. In fact, when I go to the gym and I do a new workout routine, if I weigh myself the next day, I'm usually about 2 to 3 pounds heavier, not because I've gained muscle or because I've gained fat, but because of the swelling in my body from the damaged muscle tissue. But as that swelling goes down because the tissue heals and the muscle becomes stronger, then I go back to normal. There's no more muscle pain, no more soreness, and I can exercise again to continue to compound the beneficial effect. While you're playing pickleball, either in a pickleball match or in a practice, if you're new to the sport like I am, you're moving in ways that you haven't been moving before. You're doing things at intensities and levels that your body's not used to. So that is going to produce that same training effect that you would have going into the gym lifting weights. You're going to have soreness, swelling. You're probably going to gain a little bit of weight the day after you had a hard, particularly hard pickleball match, or you had a hard practice. But what's great about that is kind of your signal to say, hey, we're doing the right stuff. We're overloading the system. It's an intentional overload. While we take a day or two to recover, go back to baseline, the next time we go back and we do something at the same intensity, we're going to have less of that soreness, less of that inflammatory response, because we're going to be a little bit stronger, healthier, fitter. And that's the whole goal. So while some people who are new to the sport of pickleball might only be able to tolerate 2 or 3 days a week of moderate to high intensity practice or matches, if you've been playing for a while, if you've developed kind of a baseline competency in the sport, you could probably increase from 2 to 3 days to 4 to 5 days without having any residual soreness. I know people that'll go out and they'll play 6 or 7 days. They're retired, they love the sport, they're passionate, it's part of the social that they look for every day. They don't experience any soreness because they've adapted to the demands. But what I've also found is that if they do something different, they train differently, they participate in a tournament, they do something out of the ordinary, they will return to that experience of DOMS, that delayed onset muscle soreness, and they'll have to take a couple days off after a high intensity workout. But that's totally normal. That's the way it is. So if you're wondering why your muscles are so sore, it's likely because of the training effect. The training effect is what your body goes through as it improves, as it gets stronger, and as it allows you to become more fit and perform at a higher level. It is a good thing, but give yourself the rest breaks between those sessions if you are experiencing that kind of muscle soreness. Guys, if you have questions about recovery, injury prevention, anything related to that and the sport of pickleball, please post those questions or comments down below, and I'll catch you on the next video.